I have decided to fall.
With the cable. So look how they lie and they try to fabricate things upside down. They take your home and they rape your women, and then they claim that the land is their land, the same as they do today with Israel. Even your yellow pages book, the holy yellow pages, Qur'an, saying that Israel is the land of the Jews. If we go in the Quran, we will not find a single place where Allah He says the land is not the land of the Jews. In chapter 5 verse number 21, and you can read many verses before and verses after, you will see that Allah is the one supposedly who ordered the Jews to go and launch a war and take that land. Yes, Abdul. Are you there, Abdul? Abdul, before you call me, say Inshallah, because nothing works in this day in the world without saying Inshallah. The American, when they went to the moon, they have to say Inshallah so they can pass the zone of the earth and the heaven. Otherwise, you cannot do it. Say Inshallah before you call me. People are laughing at you and at your God, the God of Inshallah, who can do nothing to you. So as you see here, Allah He ordered the Jews, supposedly according to the Quran, to go and attack that land and take it, because Allah He has assigned that land for you. Allah is the one who assigned the land, which is Israel, to the Israeli. And then when the Jews refused to kill who live there, and supposedly they are the Palestinian, Allah He cursed them and He made them lose their way for 40 years, as we see in verse number 26, because they refused to go and slaughter those who live in that land. But in the propaganda today, you will see every scumbag in the world saying the occupation of Israel, when the fact, if you want to blame somebody for the occupation of Israel, blame Allah. Yes, Abdul.
What's up, dude?
You want to speak to me as a man, or I will hang up on you? And I warn you, if you want to insult me, as usual, I'm going to insult your prophet. So I'm just giving you a warning.
So I'm gonna give you a warning too, because you're cursing the prophet, you're cursing Allah.
I don't care. You are calling me, I'm not calling you. If you cannot handle it, don't call me. It's up to you. You insult me, I will insult your prophet harshly. So
Go ahead.
the warning is delivered. Now, why Allah He promised the Jews to go and take the land which is called the Holy Land, Israel? Do you have an answer for that?
Israel. Israel. What is Israel? Explain. I don't know.
Ask Allah. Here Allah He says to the Jews, oh people, go and attack the land, the Holy Land which Allah assigned to you. You tell me, where is the Holy Land which Allah assigned to you? Is that Mecca?
The Holy Land is Israel, Jerusalem, and the Holy Land is Mecca, Medina. Okay, those are all holy lands. You get it?
So Allah ordered the Jews to take Mecca.
At the time when Islam came as a religion to the Arab world, at that time after Prophet Jesus, peace be upon him, and when Muhammad, peace be upon him, he came as a prophet to those mushrikeens in Mecca, at that time. So after that, when Islam grew and Muhammad he did hijrah to Medina, and Muhammad went. After that, all the fights and everything, all the jihad.
I don't know if you are listening to my question, my friend. You are talking about things I did not ask you.
So after that, all those Jews and Christians, they accepted Islam. Most of them didn't accept Islam.
Most of them.
Yeah, most of them accepted Islam. And the Bible that you have now is not the Bible that was there at the time of Muhammad, peace be upon him. So you get it?
I got it. So why your prophet he
But-
swear? Why your prophet he
But he
swear by
swore
the
at
Bible?
that time the Bible was a real Bible. It was the Bible.
So in the
where
time
it
of
was said-
Muhammad, the Bible was real.
It was word of God. Yeah, of course. At that
Okay,
time.
so that's mean what is the need of Muhammad to come if the people are not corrupt and still they are following the true Bible then?
Okay, listen. People at that time they were not following the teaching of Torah and
Like what?
and the Bible. Okay?
Like what? Are you following the
So-
teaching of the Torah?
I am. Listen.
Okay,
So
do you respect the Sabbath?
Isn't that your faith? Isn't that your faith that as it's stated in your Bible that the Lord of Israel and the Lord of mine, he said Jesus says mine is one Lord. Okay, is that your faith, right?
And
You get it, right? So if Jesus is saying that my Lord and the Lord of Israel is one, what does that mean? Is that make Jesus a God or prophet?
You see, you are jumping like a monkey from place to place. When Jesus he said,
I'm not.
you don't. Okay, no problem. You are trying to divert. I ask you about Jerusalem, about the Jews being ordered to go and take Israel, and look where you end. Now let me answer you. Okay, are you going to let me talk, or you want to scream and shout and jump? Okay.
Go ahead.
Jesus, you know, when Jesus speak, we don't take a sentence and we say Jesus said this only. You have to take what he said before and what he take after. So, do you accept what is mentioned in that chapter, all of it, or you accept only that sentence?
I only accept that sentence.
Who are you to accept this sentence only? So either that's mean you
who
are a
you?
hypocrite. That's mean you are a
Who
hypocrite. So I can show you now in the Quran. It says I can show you right now in the Quran. The Quran says don't pray.
Who are you to accept
I
only
can
one
show
verse
you.
of Allah
I can
and
show
not
you.
accept other
You
ones?
see, you are a hypocrite. You are a hypocrite kid. You have no dignity and you have no honor. Either you say I accept what Jesus says in that book, or you say I accept only a sentence, and this is the only sentence. This the Quran says to you, وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الصَّلَاةَ وَأَنْتُمْ, and then I can stop. وَلَا تَقْرَبُوا الصَّلَاةَ. Can I say that sentence only if the Quran says don't pray?
No, you have to read the whole sentence.
Here we go. So you have to read the whole thing. So when you want, you have to read the whole thing. When you want, you don't have to read the whole thing. So you are a hypocrite, and that's why we call you hypocrite. And every Muslim is a hypocrite until he proved the opposite.
First, explain hypocrite. What is a hypocrite?
Hypocrite is somebody is a Muslim. He go and he pray in the corner, as Jesus said. Don't be the same as those who pray in the corners. This is what the Muslims do. Don't when you fast, you know, don't show that you are fasting. This is what the Muslim do. The Muslim, if he fast, and by the way, there is no fasting in Islam. It's a joke. He have to tell everybody he's fasting. If you want to pray, brothers, I have to go and pray. He go to the corner. He open the windows of his house and he go to the balcony to pray. So everybody, all the neighbors will see him that praying. And not only that, sometimes even you will see a taxi driver going in the top of his car. So everybody in the neighborhood will say that Muhammad ABDOOL is praying.
Allahu Akbar.
Islam,
Allahu Akbar.
Islam is a hypocrisy, and your prophet is a hypocrite, and we can prove it. Did your prophet he order the Muslims not to have sex with their wives when they have, or not to get close to them when they have their period?
Of course, Islam prohibits.
Okay.
You know.
So what your prophet he used to do when his wives are in period?
Okay. So according to the Sunnah of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, okay, Muhammad sallallahu used to he used to get closer, but he did not used to have sex with them. You get it?
He what?
He used to kiss them.
Mm.
He could kiss them, but he could not have sex with them.
What do you mean kiss them? He play with them?
Yeah.
Okay, he play with them. What does that mean? Do he put his penis between their legs?
No, that's sex.
Okay, what do you accept the challenge if I show you? If I show you that your prophet used to do
what
that?
are you challenging me with? First,
explain. See, here we go. You're a coward. You're a potato. You're a potato. Okay, let us go back to our topic. Why Allah he ordered the Jews to take the land of Israel, and why he said this is land assigned to you? This is the question I ask you from the first second you call me,
so which is the ayah
and you refuse to answer. So you switch the topic upside down.
Which ayah of the Quran is this?
You do not know?
No, go and let me know.
No, I'm asking you. You do not know? You never heard this before?
No, I heard it. I heard this, but you have to just tell the chapter and the ayah.
Okay. Well, I'm trying to remember. I do not know really. Do you want to search Google?
No, it's not Google. Go.
Do you want to call a friend?
It's not a friend. Go. Tell me the surah and the ayah.
You are the Muslim, and I am not the Muslim, and you are the one who never heard this before, obviously. Otherwise, you will know it.
Of course, I have heard.
Okay, what chapter? What chapter? Do you know at least what chapter?
I'm asking you.
So you do
You're
not
the
know
one
what
who's
chapter, you do not know
you're
what
the one
verse,
who's
you know
asking me,
nothing.
so I have to go ahead and check what it is.
Maybe, I mean, maybe this is the Eve hadith.
There you go. Go ahead.
Chapter 5, verse number 21.
Chapter 5. So, okay. Chapter 5, Surah Al-Ma'adah. Okay. So now, just to know the background of Revelation and summaries of subject, okay? This
Background.
initial surah,
I like the
Surah
background.
Al-Ma'idah, is agreed upon. Surah Al-Ma'idah is a Madani surah, okay? And also the last long all Medina chapter surah was surah, so much so that some elders have identified this as the last surah of the Quran itself, okay? On the authority of narrations from Sayyidina Abdullah ibn Umar and Sayyidina
Al-Ma'idah is the last chapter in the Quran?
Yeah, that's what most of the scholars agree upon on this.
Oh, okay. Well, I will take your word for it.
Surah Al-Ma'idah was revealed to the Holy Prophet ﷺ while traveling, riding the she camel named Adaba, as explained in the introduction of Tafsir in volume 1.
You see, guys, he's reading an article. He is reading an article. I mean, I ask you about a verse. Why you are going to give me all this garbage, man? Stop doing garbage. Give me the answer. I don't care about anything. Why you're understanding? Hit the topic and stop. Who care about where this verse is given and if this is the last verse in the Quran or the first? I don't care. Why Allah He ordered the Jews to go and kill the Palestinian and take their land? This is the question. Go ahead.
Well, Surah of Al-Ma'idah and verse number 5, right? Is it? Stop laughing. Stop being. If you don't want to listen to the background of the surah, okay, and you're trying to go ahead and scream like a donkey. So what's the matter?
Did you say a donkey to me? Did you say a donkey? Did I say to you, if you insult me, I will insult your prophet or not? Did I give you a warning?
Okay, sorry about that.
Okay, did your prophet marry a woman, her last name is donkey, yes or no?
Okay, read.
No. Did your prophet marry a woman, her last name is donkey, yes or no?
Listen.
Did your prophet that his last name himself is a dog, yes or no?
You wanna read the ayah or not?
See, here we go. So don't call me names. I mean, your prophet is a son of a donkey, so the son of a dog, and his wife, she is a daughter of a donkey, and yet you call me donkey and dog. Don't go there. You have a house made from a glass. Your prophet is a son of a zoo. Now go and answer the verse. Why Allah He order the Jews to go and take the land which is called assigned into you, which is the Holy Land? Go ahead.
Which ayah is this?
Here we go.
Yeah, I'm asking you that.
I told you, chapter 5, verse number 21.
21, okay. O my people, enter the Holy Land, which Allah has destined for you, and do not turn back, for then you will turn losers. Okay. The saying of Sayyid, this is the saying of Sayyidina Musa alayhi salam in the first 20 verse, which has an introductory remark to the divine command, which appears in the following verse 21. In the words, O my people, enter the Holy Land, which Allah has destined for you. Which is the Holy Land? Apparently, commentators differ about it. Some say.
Are you going to read for me an article? Are you going to read for me an article? Stop reading Google, man. Give me the answer. You can read. You can read. Everybody can tell you are reading an article. Be a man and tell me. Give me the cream of the cook. What is the answer? You can read by your in your eyes, in your heart. Give me the answer.
At the time of Musa alayhi salam. Okay.
Well, you are very smart, guys. He is very smart. This is in the time of Musa. For sure, it is Musa who said to them that Allah told him. We know that.
Allah told them.
Okay.
You were saying, why did Allah tell him? You were asking this question.
Yeah, why He ordered them to go and kill the Palestinian? Whoever lived there, supposedly the Palestinian, right? Allah, He ordered the Jews to go and slaughter the Palestinian. Why?
Palestinians now? You were talking about nowadays.
So
you're not talking about back then. You got to go back.
My friend. It doesn't matter. This is a land Allah He assigned to them. No, it doesn't matter. What a change. It's the same people. Allah He assigned this land. Okay, show me. Hold on. When Allah He said, does it make a difference between if Palestine at that time and Palestine at this time? They are a human being and they are called Palestinian. Why we can kill them at that time, but we cannot kill them at this time? Explain to us.
Listen, Palestinian, that time there were not Palestinians there. Before there was Jews, okay?
There was no
Now you got
Palestinian
it.
at that. So who is the one? So it's not Hamas was not there. I agree with you. Those are Arab. Those are not Palestinian. So who is the one was living there?
Who was the one living there? Those were Jews.
The Jews attacking the Jews. So,
attacking the Jews.
So Allah He ordered the Jews to go and kill the Jews. Are you talking about? Are you saying
this is the time of Musa alayhi salam?
I know Allah He ordered Musa to go and attack the land and launch jihad on it and take it. Who is the people who live there and why He want to kill them? Why Allah ordered him to go and kill them?
Those people are idolaters. They didn't worship Allah over
okay.
there.
So if they don't,
his own Jews,
okay.
Musa alayhi salam took his own Jews back into those were the Muslims at that time, okay? Musa alayhi salam took his.
They are Jews or Muslims? They are Jews or Muslims?
Those were Muslims. Muslims.
So why the Quran called them Jews? Why the Quran called them Jews? Why the Quran called them Jews if they are Muslims?
So we call them Jews because what happened to them was they associated partner with Allah Jalla Jalaluhu.
But during the time of Moses, during the time of Moses, they are called Jews still. In the time, you are like a machine. During the time of Moses, Allah He called them Jews.
Okay.
Okay, so their name is called Jews even when they are with Moses. So how you say to me because they start associating with somebody else, Allah called them Jews? This is a false argument. And by the way, there's a guy, his name is Mimi Hijab. I don't know if you know him. He said that the Jews for 4,000 years they never associate anyone with the only true God for 4,000 years since the time of Moses. So are you saying he's a liar?
I didn't get that. Go again.
There's a guy, his name is Muhammad Hijab. He was debating a guy, his name is David Wood, and you can watch the video. He said that the Jews for 4,000 years, they've been instructed. This is how he say it. I'm just trying to copy the Islamic way. So for 4,000 years, they are instructed to worship one God only and no one except God. So how you say to me that the Jews they associate with God, other God? If your brother Muhammad Hijab, he says for 4,000 years they never associate anyone.
The history behind Jews, right? Jews they were first. So Jews first they were under the ruling of King Pharaoh, if you know that, right?
King who?
At that time.
King who?
And when Musa alayhi salam.
King who?
Musa alayhi salam. Pharaoh.
Is that the name of the king?
Pharaoh. We call him Pharaoh.
Okay, what is the name of the king? There's many Pharaoh. Which one?
We don't mention. I don't mention the specific name. I'll mention just the Pharaoh.
No, the fact the Quran think that this is his name. So the Quran says the Pharaoh as a name. Not the Quran does not acknowledge that there is many pharaohs.
Most of the people at that time they will call their own selves Pharaoh.
No. Only Pharaoh is a king, is a title for a king in Egypt. There's no other Pharaoh. Don't play games.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay, but why the Quran do not know the name of the Pharaoh? The Quran think that Pharaoh is the name. Now this is not our topic. Why Allah He ordered the Jews to go and take the land? You said because they are not worshiping Allah. Is that correct?
Of course.
Okay. So you are saying to me. So you are saying to me. So you are saying to me now. Allah. Okay. I will go with you. Okay. I will go with you. At that time. I got it. I will go with you. So according to you, if somebody don't believe in Allah, we have the right to take his land and to slaughter him.
No.
This is what you said. I said to you, why Allah ordered. What do you mean? Allah He ordered them. I asked you why Allah He ordered them. I asked you why Allah He ordered them to go. He said at that time those people they weren't worshiping Allah, so we can take their land and we can kill them.
So you gotta go back to Surah Al-Kafirun. What does Allah says in Surah Al-Kafirun?
I like Al-Kafirun. Are you sure you want to show Al-Kafirun?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. I don't think you will like it. Al-Kafirun is the most stupid verse proving Muhammad to be a false prophet. Why? Look at this. Look what Muhammad says. Okay. Say, okay.
Say, disbelievers. So say, disbelievers. Okay. Okay. I will go because this I have a.
You don't remember it, do you? Let me. I remember it.
Not I worship what you worship. Like what we worship, you should. That you worship, we don't worship that, okay? وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدُ. And not you are worshippers of what I worship. Okay. وَلَا أَنَا عَبِدٌ مَا عَبَدْتُمْ, and not I am a worshipper of what you worship. Get it? So if you worship Jesus, or someone worship an idol, someone worships a son, we don't worship that. We worship who? We
You worship a
Allah.
black stone. Okay. No.
And not you are the worshippers of what I worship, and you are not the worshippers of Allah. So don't worship Allah. You worship whatever you want to worship. لَكُمْ دِينُكُمْ وَلِيَ دِينِ. For you is your religion, and for me is my religion. So follow whatever you want to follow, and let us follow what we want to follow.
Yeah, but this is abrogated verse. Abdul, why you are quoting for us? So this is when Muhammad was a potato. He don't have an army. When he have an army, he changed his mind and he said, I want to kill you all. Let me get you. But first of all, this chapter proving Muhammad to be a false prophet. Why? Because he said, I worship not what that you worship, but Allah is a common name between them, and both of them they worship. The family of Muhammad, they worship Allah, and Muhammad he worship Allah. So how he would say I worship not what you worship? Isn't it the pagan Arab, they worship Allah too? They are mushrikeen. Mushrikeen does not mean they are not worshiping Allah. The fact they do worship Allah, but they have beside Allah intercession. So they have idols, little idols like the black stone, and they think by kissing it they are getting close to Allah. So yes, Muhammad and the pagan, they worship the same God. His name is Allah. Number two, he said, I will worship not that which you worship, nor you will worship that which I worship. And this is a false prophecy, because all those who was he talking to, they became later Muslims. Umar ibn Khattab was against him. Abu Sufyan was against him. Many of those who they are, Khalid al-Walid was against him. So he was saying that to them, but later they became believers. So he made a false prophecy. And then he says, and I will not worship that which you worship. But the fact we know that in the chapter where it's speaking about the satanic verses, that Muhammad he bowed down and he worshipped the idols, and he said that the three daughters of Allah, their intercession is a must. So yes, he did worship what they worship. And then he continues saying, nor you will worship which I worship, which is proving that Muhammad have nothing to say. He's repeating the same sentence again. To you, you have your way. To mine, I have mine. To you, you have your religion. I have my religion. But let me show you how funny and stupid, additional to that, this verse. Imagine I say, oh, those who you reject hummus, I eat not what you eat, and you will not eat what I do eat, and you will never do eat what I eat, and I will never do eat what you eat, because you will not do eat what I eat. I have my hummus, you have yours. I mean, how is stupid the holy chapter to be from God? This cannot be God. This is a guy, he is having nothing to say. All the chapter is, I don't worship what you worship, and you have your religion and I have mine. So there is no need for all of this. It's nothing but garbage, proving to us that Muhammad is a false prophet. And later when Muhammad have an army, he decided to kill everybody from his enemy, and he changed his mind. So this is abrogated. So why you are quoting it for us?
Okay, so now the cause of this revelation and whatever you were saying, it's completely false. And we Muslims don't agree with whatever you say. Okay, so now you have to.
Who are you? Who are you to say I don't agree?
I'm a Muslim.
You are a Muslim. Okay, what about we go to the book of Asbab al-Nuzul?
Okay, we'll go to the cause of revelation. Okay.
Okay.
Ibn Ishaq reports from Sayyidina Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu, the Walid ibn Mughira, as Ibn Wasil Aswad ibn Abdul Muttalib and Umayyah ibn al-Khalf approached the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They proposed a compromise to him, and they affected that he would worship their idols for a year. So at that time, the Kafirs, they went to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam and they told them that you should worship all idols for a year. Okay. And they worship Allah for a year, and they told them that we will worship your Allah for a year. So this is from Qur'an, okay? According to Ibn Abbas radhiyallahu anhu, is recorded in Tabrani, the pagans of Mecca proposed to the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, peace be upon him, we shall give you much wealth that you will become the richest man in Mecca. So they told him that we will give you wealth and you will become the richest man of Mecca. Okay? And we shall give you whichever woman you like in marriage. And they even told him that whichever woman you like here in Mecca, the beautiful woman you like, we'll give you in marriage. Okay? We're willing to follow and obey you as our leader on the condition that you do not speak ill of our gods. So they told Muhammad that you should not obey us, and also do not speak ill of our gods. Okay, at that time. So if you do not agree to this, then let us agree that you worship our gods for a year, and we will worship your God for another year. So this is from mother. Okay. So
did Muhammad agree with them? Did Muhammad agree? Did Muhammad agree that he will worship their gods?
Okay, we're reading now. Okay. According to Ibn Salih reports Sayyidina Ibn Abbas, the pagan of Mecca, made the following proposal for compromise.
Give me an answer. I mean, give me an answer. Did he agree or not? Did he agree? I'm not going to read the whole thing. Did he agree or not? Did he agree or not? Did he agree with them or not?
He did not agree, no.
Okay, read with me chapter 22 verse number 52. Isn't it Muhammad, he worshipped down, he bowed down, and he worshipped the three daughters of Allah?
Chapter what?
Did Muhammad he bowed down and he worshipped the three daughters of Allah?
Okay, chapter what chapter is it?
Chapter 22 verse number 52.
22? Chapter 22 verse number 52. وما أرسلناك من قبل من الرسل ولا نبي إلا Okay, so and we sent before you a messenger and not a prophet, but when he recited through the shaitan in his recitation, but Allah abolishes what throws the shaitan, then Allah will establish. But Allah abolishes his verses, and Allah is all knower and all wise. Okay, it is saying that we did not send any messenger before you nor a prophet, but he faced a situation that when he recited the revelation, that Satan cast doubts about what he recited. So Allah nullifies what the Satan cast, that Allah makes his words firm, and Allah is all knowing and all wise. Okay.
So let us see what happened. Let us see what happened. Okay, you quote for me the chapter 109. It says that you have your religion, I have mine, and I will not worship what you worship. But as we see here in chapter 22 verse number 52,
okay,
Muhammad, he bowed down to the three idols of Allah, the three daughters, and he said that according to Muslims, that shaitan he threw in his mouth, and he said the following sentence in his tongue. He said, these are the mighty grants, the Gharaniq, which means the high-flying daughter of Allah. Their intercession is hoped for. And when Quraysh heard this, they were very pleased. And then the prophet, he bowed down, and all the pagan with him, they bowed down. So Muhammad again is a false prophet. He said, I worship not what you worship, and you worship not what I worship. And later we find Muhammad bowing down to the idols of Quraysh, and he is not saying not only bowing down in front of them, he is saying their intercession is a must. The mic is yours.
Okay. So I'm going to read you the commentary of this ayah. Okay.
I'm reading the commentary in front of you. It's in the screen. It's a book Asbab al-Nuzul.
Okay. So, min Rasul wa Nabiyya, any messenger of and any. This shows that a prophet, chapter 22 and ayah 52. Okay, and the Nabi carried different word Rasul meanings, though there is no consensus as the precious nature of difference. For our purpose, it is enough to understand is a person whom Allah Ta'ala, Nabi designated with a mission to reform his people, and who receives his revelation from him. He may receive a scripture, a code of law, or he may be commanded to convey a message of an earlier book. And alayhi salam, code of laws. Sayyidina Musa belongs to the first alayhi salam, and Isa alayhi salam.
My friend, are you going to read for me a book? I want an answer. What are you doing? Read for me an answer.
I'm reading
no, you are reading the whole thing, my friend. Come on, give me an answer. Why Muhammad he bowed down to the three daughters of Allah? You said to me the chapter of Al-Kafirun is coming from Allah, and Allah is the one who's talking. And he said to him, Allah he's saying, not Muhammad, that you will not worship what they worship, and they will not worship your worship. But as you see, he did worship what they worship. So Allah made a false.
That he bow down to the three.
It says in the front of you. It says in the front of you. So here we go. It's in the front of you on the screen, and all of them they bow down except the guy. His name is Walid ibn Mughira. He could not bow down because he is so old. So all of them they bow down. All of them they bow down.
What are you reading this from, though?
This is the book of Asbab al-Nuzul. We can read from different book, but because this is in English, I'm trying to show people we can read it in Arabic too. This is the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, and saying it clearly that Muhammad he worshipped them and he bowed down in front of them, and then later
Surah Hajj, ayah number 52. You're reading that, right?
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes, and this is the official government website of the Kingdom of Jordan. This is not a private website. At tafsir.com. Okay. So your prophet he bowed down to the idols and he worshipped them, and he praised the three daughters of Allah because they are very sexy. And he says their intercession is a must. Otherwise, if they are not sexy, why Muhammad saying their intercession is a must? The mic is yours.
So you said that he.
I'm not saying. Remember, I'm not saying it's in front of you. I am not saying He did. I am not saying. This is your Islamic scholars, this is your Islamic history, and this is your
Who's the
statement.
scholar? Explain, what's the name of the scholar?
This is the book of Asbab al-Nuzul, Al-Imam Al-Wahidi. We can change it if you want, no problem.
Okay, go to Ma'arif al-Qur'an.
Go to who?
Ma'arif al-Qur'an.
Read it for us, no problem. But in front of us, is that there's a problem with this one?
Listen, for my understanding, Ma'arif al-Qur'an is the easier one for the people, for the audience to understand.
Is it in Arabic?
You get it?
Is it in Arabic?
It's in English.
This is a moderate thing, right? This is like something written a few years ago. I never heard of this one. What is it called?
Ma'arif al-Quran by Mufti Muhammad Shafi.
What is Mufti Muhammad? Those are the scholars. What Mufti potato tomato? Give me Zakir Naik too. What's wrong with you? This is Imam Al-Wahidi. We are talking about people who wrote centuries and centuries ago. The first, the elder of Islam, not a potato who's going in the YouTube now and making a false interpretation, try to defend. When you quote for me, you see, how come a second ago you said to me you want to read from Al-Tabari? Did you read from Al-Tabari a second ago?
No, I didn't give you from Al-Tabari.
No, when you go, you
was reading from Ma'arif al-Quran.
No. Before you said to me, you said Al-Tabari. I heard you saying the word Al-Tabari. Didn't you say Al-Tabari?
Yeah, I did say that.
Okay. So what's wrong with Al-Tabari? Why don't say to me Al-Tabari? Why don't say to me that the real scholars? Who is this guy? So here we go. This is the book of Asbab al-Nuzul. It's in English in front of us.
Okay.
And even the Quran confirmed the verse you read for me. It says that Allah will take what shaitan he throw in his mouth. So the Quran confirmed that shaitan he throw in the mouth of Muhammad. What he throw, that the three daughters of Allah, Allat and Al-Uzza, their intercession is a must. And he bowed down, and they bowed down with him. Except one person was there. He could not bow down because simply he is a very old man. He cannot bow down, and he is a kafir too. So what
are the names of the three idols that you were talking about?
Allat and Al-Uzza. Here we go. Allat and Al-Uzza and Manat the third. When he was quoting that, the devil put in his tongue what he had secretly wished and hoped for, and said, these are the might grants, the Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. Who is the one who said that? Allah. Now, you're Muslim saying that this is not Allah saying, the devil, he spoke in the mouth of Muhammad. So in this moment, yes, this says, I'm not, why you are laughing? Respect your prophet, my friend. It says the devil, it says,
you were just talking out of your mind.
It says the devil, guys, does it say that, or I'm making things? It says the devil put in his tongue. Does it say that? It's in the screen in front of you. So the devil, he spoke in the tongue of Muhammad. So Muhammad in this moment, he became a messenger of shaitan, and he is speaking as an ambassador of shaitan, the word of shaitan, delivering shaitan's Quran. And then because shaitan he put in his mouth, Muhammad he said the following. He put those words, the Lat al-Uzza, they are the mighty grants, the Gharaniq, and their intercession is hoped for. When Quraysh heard this, they were very pleased. Those are the pagan. The messenger of Allah, Allah bless him, give him peace, cried on recitation until the end. Muhammad did not even notice what he is saying of the surah, and he prostrate, and all the Muslims who was there, and the idol to protest too.
Let me connect you to my Sheikh right now.
Okay.
Okay. So he will explain this to you in detail.
All right.
And his name will be Abd Wadood. So you'll have.
He's a real Sheikh, or he is you know, like a guy who opened a barber shop.
Again, you look at your language first.
No, I'm asking you. He's a real Sheikh. I want to know. He's a real Sheikh.
Of course, he's a Sheikh. Yeah.
Okay. Abd Wadood, Sheikh Abd Wadood. Welcome. Go ahead.
Okay. I'll call you. I'll call you in 10 minutes. Okay.
All right. No problem. Okay. So guys, he is going to call for us a Sheikh. His name is Abd Wadood. So we are waiting for Abd Wadood. As you see, every statement in the Quran is a joke. Compare it together, you will find that there's something wrong and something stupid. How he say, I will not worship what you worship, and they will not worship what I worship, and later he worship, and later he bow down, and later he praised the three daughters of Allah. Right? There is somebody in the text saying to me, don't waste your time, my friend. I am not wasting my time. Who said we are wasting our time? All of this is education for all of you, so you will learn how to get Islam busted. This is not a waste of time, my friend. Don't ever think so. All right? We are not, absolutely not, wasting our time. It's for the benefit of all. So you Christian, you learn how to debate them. For me, I'm really sick of it. I do not need to talk about it. I'm not even debating them. You see, the Sheikh is going to come to call me. You will see. He will not. He will be. I mean, I'm not going to say a word will make him upset, but you will see what will happen. Just let us see what he will say. Nobody can debate me. I'm telling you. I'm not doing this to debate. I'm doing this as a training for the Christians. So this is not a waste of time, and this is why we ask people to download our videos and share it around so people learn how to get this cult busted. Islam is a very, very stupid cult. It's very easy to destroy it, but you have to have knowledge and you have to learn how to work the logic of the Muslim, not your logic. Don't use your logic. Use their logic, because their logic is very useful. Why? Because it's very stupid. When somebody he fight you with a stupid logic, it's very easy to get him busted. Use their logic. Now we are waiting for him to get us Sheikh Abd Wadood. Please bring your popcorn. Sheikh Abd Wadood is coming. I am assuming that he have a beard and etc. This guy, he got extremely hot, so he said, oh, this is getting really bad. I need to get my master, Sheikh Abd Wadood. And now his Sheikh Abd Wadood, he will say to him, what is the name of the guy? He will say to him, Christian Prince. He said, oh no, man, I am busy. I have to go and pick up the grocery now. Let us see if he will call me. Do you really think Sheikh Abd Wadood will dare to call me? I mean, do you? Who wanna bet? Who think that Abd Wadood will not call me? I don't think he will do it. The guy now, he will say, I have to go to Hawaii. Oh, my wife in Indonesia is waiting for me. Oh, my grandmama, she have a heart attack. She have to go to the hospital. I have a pain in the stomach. I mean, you name it. Sheikh Abd Wadood. He will come if you don't tell him my name. Don't tell him Christian Prince. The same what happened to Shabir Ali. Shabir Ali, he agreed to debate me. We told him there is a Christian guy want to debate you on ABN TV. The second they told him Christian Prince, he sent a long email saying I am busy with my PhD, and since then he is busy with his PhD. The same as Mimi Hijab, the same as I mean, what is his nurse? His nurse, what is her name? Ali Dawa. The same as I mean, all of them. Show me your face, give me your name. All right. Well, we will not stay here. We will wait for Sheikh Abd Wadood to call us. But as you see, going back, when we spoke about Allah, He assigned the land to the Jews. And the Muslim, they say to us that Allah is all-knowing, all-knowledgeable. If somebody want to be fair and he want to speak logic, if Allah is the one who assigned this land to the Jews, don't Allah knows that later this land will be full of Hamas? Don't Allah knows that the Jews don't deserve it? Don't Allah knows that later the Jews will be coming back to take their land, which is assigned for them? How foolish Allah is to give the Jews a land which they don't deserve, according to Muslims today. Why the Muslim today, they call the Jews occupation if this is their land, as you see in the screen. And the funny, once I was debating another Abd Wadood, Sheikh Abd Wadood Dudi, and I asked him, is Jerusalem the land of Muslims or the Jews? He said the Muslims. I said, who is the one who built the land? He said the Jews. Who is the one who built Jerusalem? The Jews. So this is the city of the Jews, built by the Jews, but yet this is your land? I mean, have you ever heard of a religion like this? Who is the one who established Jerusalem? Suleiman. Okay. So you believe that Sulaiman established Jerusalem? Yes, we believe in that. So how you say that this is not the land of the Jews? Why the Quran says that Allah he gave the land to the Jews? Oh, at that time he said so.